Hi, my name is Harry Waldman, director and writer of the short film Bay for Blood. Just here to say hi to the Ninth Cinema Father International Film Fest, and thank you so much for accepting my film into your festival. So yeah, starting off, how I came up with the idea for this film, it actually is very personal to me. The relationship between James and Rob, it's very loosely based on a pretty toxic relationship I had with a friend in high school. Now, while of course I don't condone anything James does throughout the film and all the things that happen between him and Rob, none of these things actually happened between me and this individual in high school or ever. But it was just, it was just to kind of show this complex and toxic relationship. And while James is not, he's not somebody I respect or like, I sort of dove into the kind of craziest thoughts I could in my head, and it sort of manifested itself into this character James, who becomes this monster who you fear but also maybe feel a little bad for, and sort of see where he was coming from, even though obviously he took things way too far. So yeah, that was the main drive behind making the film, just the kind of the relationship I had with the friend in high school, where things were a lot worse than they seemed on the surface. So as for roadblocks to making the film, I mean, of course, especially making a lower budget film, it can be tough getting others to jump on board with you. But I would say the number one thing I faced was that the apartment that we shot in, my production manager was nice enough to let us shoot in his apartment, which was great. It was a bit tight, especially the bedroom where a large chunk of the film is shot. So my gaffer really had to work. He had to, especially for the bedroom scene, almost all the lights were hung on the ceiling. So I was really fortunate that the gaffer Drew I hired, he was really good. He had a lot of great equipment, a lot of experience, and he was very quick on his feet, because that was just the difficulty in lighting setups and how much time it was taking. It definitely took a little longer than I anticipated, but again, he was really quick and he did a good job. So that ended up salvaging the film, and we did end up finishing on time, fortunately. Yeah, as for the financial resources for this film production, this, as has been the case with my other films, this was self-funded. I mean, this making films is my favorite thing to do, and I've pretty consistently either had a full-time job or been regularly freelance video editing, and have enough money saved where, I would use those savings to spend on the film. And of course, it'd be nice if the film could break even or even make a profit, but I enjoy doing this so much that just the whole process and seeing the final product that's really what matters to me the most. Of course, in the future, I would like to secure some kind of outside funding and not always have to self-fund my projects. So as for how the film turned out, yeah, it turned out pretty close to how I envisioned it, actually. Obviously, it's never going to be 100% there, but one of the fortunate things was a previous film I made in the backseat. I had actually cast the individual who had played James in this film, Bay for Blood, and while he ended up not being able to join in the backseat, I already envisioned him playing this character. I had seen him act enough, and I figured not only is he a really good actor, he'd be a really good fit for this character, James. So that came out very similar. And yeah, I would just say the two actors and actress did a great job. They really brought it. Their performances were very much what I wanted. And I mean, as I mentioned, the apartment was a little smaller than I envisioned it, but it still was a really nice space. My production manager was great, and it was so awesome. He let us shoot in his apartment. So the film it turned out pretty close to how I envisioned it overall. As for the target audience of my film, I would say my films are very character driven. They tend to be a bit hyper stylized and sometimes a little hard on the eyes at times, due to some bright flashing lights. But I'd say my films, I'm very much a writer's actor's director. So if you like dark and somewhat disturbing psychological thrillers that show interesting and complex characters, I'd say that I'd say you're a part of my target audience for sure. So as for promotion and distribution plans for this film, I don't have anything set in stone. Once the film festival run is complete, I'm gonna hope to get it on some, decently well-known YouTube streaming channel. And at a bare minimum, I would at least, get them on my YouTube channel, my Vimeo channel. But the goal really is to just get as many eyeballs on this film and my other films in general, and kind of go from there. Yeah, and then, in addition to that, just for social media handles, if you Google Edgewater Film Productions or Harry Waldman Filmmaker, everything should show up. I'm on Facebook, I'm on Instagram, YouTube, Vimeo, IMDb, just Threads, Blue Sky, etc. Yeah, and I just again, thanks so much to the Ninth Cinema Father International Film Fest for having me as a part of your festival again. And yeah, I'm super excited. Thank you.